Sacred Gardens. This is a new garden as we're joined by so many of our wonderful young sisters who have come on a special program. So we'll begin as always with a question that comes in advance, and then we'll open it up to any questions that anyone here may have. और यदि मेरी छोटी बहने का किसी का कोई भी प्रश्न हो जो आज दिन में हम आंसर नहीं दे पाए, तो बिना संकोच आप हाथ खड़ी कर सकते हैं या लिखित में भेज दीजिएगा, वो भी हो सकते हैं. Why is it that we engage in so much self-sabotaging behavior? It seems that my subconscious mind is filled with so much dust that as you try to clean it with devotion, there's so much resistance. So many of us, tragically, have this samskara, this pattern of self-sabotaging, meaning हम स्वयं को आगे बढ़ने नहीं देते, स्वयं को succeed करने नहीं देते हैं. And this is true whether it's in our academic life, in our career, in our relationships, also on our spiritual path. And the reason that happens is that our ego believes deeply that we are just the physical body, that we are whatever has happened to the physical body. And if we've been told in our life, especially bachpan mein, in our childhoods, if we've been told you're worthless, you're stupid, you're nothing, you're not good enough, you will never be anything, we believe it when we're young. We believe it even when we get older, but especially when we're young. And especially if we're told it by trusted people, our parents, our family members, teachers. And so sadly, a lot of times we have these samskaras, these impressions, this subconscious mind that says, you are nothing, tum kuch bhi nahi hai, tum aise hai, waise hai, tum kabhi succeed nahi kar paoge. You are worthless. Now, someone may have said that to us verbally once, maybe verbally 10 times, maybe 10 years ago, maybe 30 years ago. But what happens is we keep saying it to ourselves over and over and over again. And we become the ones creating the harm. किसी ने हमको harm किया, किसी ने हमको गलत बात बताया, लेकिन उसके बाद हम स्वयं को बार बार दोबारा कहते रहते हैं. We keep telling it to ourselves over and over again. And then we self-sabotage, meaning subconsciously, unconsciously, we prevent ourselves from succeeding. So जैसे काम में, बढ़िया काम कर रहे हैं, we work really hard, we're doing really well. This project is going to be a great success. And then just before we complete it, just before the success happens, what do? We stop working. We oversleep. We miss the meeting. We miss the presentation. We give up doing the work and we just start getting drunk and watching TV and forgetting about it. Now, to a rational mind, it seems that makes no sense. Why would we do that? जब इतनी मेहनत किया, इतना काम किया, तो last minute में इसका पूरा सत्यानाश क्यों करेंगे हम लोग? Why will we ruin it? Or we're in school, we're doing very well, studying, फिर एक final exam आ गया. And for the final exam, we don't study. Even though we've worked so hard. But we blow off the final and then we fail. Maybe we finally have a beautiful relationship. Someone we love, someone who loves us. And then what do? Something really stupid, something really mean, something to push the other person away, to make them leave us. ये सारे अलग-अलग examples हैं of self-sabotage, what we do to ourselves. So in order to make that come true, we harm ourselves. And that's what self-sabotage is. And the way to stop that, because so many of us are stuck in it, the way to stop that is to look at it. सबसे पहले इसको examine करें कि what belief am I holding? Which false belief am I holding? और कहाँ से मिला? मैंने किससे सीखा I am worthless? किससे सीखा मैं कुछ भी नहीं हूँ? किससे सीखा I am stupid? किससे सीखा मैं कहीं आगे नहीं बढ़ूंगी? Where did I learn all of this nonsense about myself? And then to look at who spoke it and when. Because when we realize that the people who told us those things, in most cases were very confused. Maybe it was our parents, maybe they were doing the very best they could, but तो बच्चे हैं. Most of our parents, जब हम लोग छोटे थे, when we were born, अपने parents की उम्र क्या था? 23, 24, 25, 26, right? Very young. मेरी माँ तो 26 थी जब मैंने जन्म लिया. और उसी समय that was old. Most of her friends were 22, 23, when they had their children 22, 23. वो तो खुद बच्चे हैं, खुद confused हैं, खुद पूरा प्रयास कर रहे हैं. They're doing the best they can, but they're scared, they're confused, they're young. And so maybe they say things that aren't so helpful. Maybe they say things that aren't so true, that aren't so real, that end up harming us. तो हमें उसको देखना है कि who said it? When did they say it? Did they really mean it? क्या ये सचमुच सच है कि मैं worthless हूँ? क्या ये सचमुच सच है कि I am nothing? That I will never be anything? Of course not. Of course not. But that's where we need to really examine it, really look at it, really understand it. Why did I believe it? And now I know it's not true. And when I know it's not true, कि किसी ने मुझको ऐसे कहा, लेकिन वो खुद confused थे, खुद scared थे, खुद problem में थे, खुद problem में थे. But then I realized what they told me is not true. No need to believe it. No need to ruin my life based on someone else's confusion, ego, ignorance, fear, challenge. And that's when we stop the self-sabotaging. When we realize I don't need to keep telling myself this. This is not true. आज मैं मेरे सारे बहने से पूछेंगे, आज एक मंत्र सीखा हमने, है ना? 5-part मंत्र आज सीखा. तो मंत्र क्या क्या था? किसको याद है? खड़े हो जाओ.
I am complete, I am divine, I am light, I am pure, I am whole.
बहुत बढ़िया. दोबारा बोलिएगा धीरे से ताकि सभी सुन लेंगे.
I am divine,
I am divine.
I am complete,
I am complete.
I am pure,
I am pure.
I am light,
I am light.
I am whole.
I am whole. Thank you. तो ये मंत्र, this is the mantra we all need in our lives. I am divine. I am pure. I am light. I am whole. I am complete. Whatever I've been told, it isn't true. So now I need to stop carrying someone else's false statement into today. They hurt me then, but I'm continuing to hurt myself now. And I need to take a pledge that I will stop doing that. Because I have been created by the divine, and the divine doesn't make mistakes. If I am worthless and useless, it means God made a mistake. He left me kind of half-baked. Got the recipe wrong. But God doesn't make mistakes. God doesn't mess up the recipe. So we stop hurting ourselves in the name of that ignorance and really embodying and living the truth of who we are. If anyone here has a question. Yes.
Today I saw a sentence on the dining room that really reminded me of something that I also believe in. There's like that we have to give like the sun that gives without discrimination.
Yes.
At times, nonetheless, I find myself forgetting that, and then I hold my love, or I hold something that I learned, and I hold myself from sharing with other people because I sometimes think, this person won't get it, or this person is not really worth my time. So, is there any practical advice that you could share with me and with whoever else suffers from this memory loss? Sometimes on like how to pinch myself before I act like this, and just really share without discrimination and with love and like
Beautiful.
the love that I have.
Sabhi ko sunai diya? Did everybody hear? Okay. I know the microphone was not very strong. Isko thoda sa bada de, hai na? She said in the dining room there's the beautiful quotation of Pujya Swamiji's that says that we should give and give like the sun with no discrimination. She said, I mean to give and love without discrimination. But a lot of times मैं भूल जाती हूँ. And I hold back my love because I think this one doesn't deserve it or this one is like that. And how to remember to give love to all. The best way is every day, as many times during the day as you can, come back into a memory of love. So sube in our meditation, whatever meditation you do, at the end of your meditation, take a few moments. Put your hands on your heart. We did this yesterday in satsang. Put your hands on your heart and just feel. Feel your heart beating for all, loving all. Feel the love in your heart just expanding out from your heart into all. And if there's anyone in your mind at that time who you feel like it's hard to love, well, call their image to your mind and then bring them into your heart. Feel them in your heart. And just sit there with your hands on your heart as long as you need to, until you can really feel the love flowing for them. Do that every morning. And then throughout your day, think of ways to remind yourself. So for example, every time you drink water, every time you eat food. So during the day, kitne baar we eat something, kitne baar we drink something. So now we have another, 5, 10, 15 opportunities to remember. Just take a moment before drinking, before eating. Put your hands on your heart. Reconnect with the love in your heart and send it out to all. And what that'll do is it'll keep you anchored in the memory of it. And then again at night before you go to sleep. If during the day you didn't give love to someone you should have, as you sit in the evening before you sleep, give them love then. Ask their forgiveness in your meditation. Ask forgiveness of yourself. And feel yourself giving love to them then in your meditation, so that you're ready the next day to give it to them in person. And if you do this every morning, every night, throughout the day, before drinking, before eating, and it doesn't have to be 20 minutes, just 30 seconds, just a moment, a minute, just anchoring in the heart. Anchoring in love. You'll find that then when you meet people, you're already anchored in your heart. And then loving them will come more easily. Beautiful. Any other questions? Yes.
So what can I do additionally for someone next to me who I really love, who decided to live a tamasic life and doesn't want my help or my support? Despite that, what can I do?
Beautiful. And this is a very common situation. Someone in our life, a loved one, family member, friend, is living a life that tamasic life, a non-spiritual life. No matter what we do, they're committed to living that life. What do we do? Well, if you've tried and tried with your words, with your actions, and nothing will change them, the only thing left to do is love them exactly how they are and pray for them. But don't tell them you're praying for them. Don't say, God, you're really living this horrible life, but मैं तो क्या करूं, तो मैं बस प्रार्थना कर रही हूं आपके लिए. So don't say it like that. All that does is push people farther away. Then they feel condescended to. They feel criticized. They feel like you think somehow you're superior. And then all their defenses come in and then they push it away. Instead, love them, support them, let them know you are there for them, that your love is not dependent on what choices they make. Pray for them silently and just keep being that magnet of a sattvic life, being a magnet of a spiritual life, a magnet of a life of truth. Because the truth is a magnet. We all want happiness. We all want peace. When we see someone who is deeply joyful, who is in peace, who's living in love, we gravitate toward them naturally. They don't have to put up a big sign that says, "Come to me." We feel it. We want to be near them. It's why people have flocked to gurus forever. There's an energy of truth, of light, of love, of joy. It's why we are attracted, because we want that in our lives. So you just keep living the spiritual life. Most likely they will come toward it. But you can't have that attachment or that expectation, or they will feel it. So you have to just let go of the expectation, let go of the attachment, and just live it. It's what I went through when I first came here and then would go back to Los Angeles where my parents were. Pujya Swamiji kept telling me, don't try to convince them. Don't try to change them. Whatever they say, you do it. But you just live your truth. That's it. And slowly, 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 they were transformed. Not by me teaching or pushing or convincing, but simply by that power of the truth. So have faith. But also recognize, lastly, that someone else's karmic package is not your responsibility. We each are here with our own karmic packages. And we do the best we can for each other. But ultimately, everyone's own karmic seeds are going to sprout and blossom into the trees that they are, and we don't really have control over it. We just keep loving them. Love is the greatest healer, the greatest energy of truth and of love. And it'll heal you, and hopefully it'll heal them as well. Beautiful. Have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your evenings. A beautiful day to our family joining us from all over the world. And I look so forward to seeing you all again tomorrow.